Let's see how this goes. I've never done a live stream on YouTube before. Let's see here. Chat. Guess that's a thing that the kids do nowadays. They chat. So it's probably not a really good idea to just go live on YouTube. It probably doesn't really work the way Facebook does. So I don't know if anybody's going to watch this or not. Is anybody out there? Wow, that light is really bright. That's just not working for my complexion. That's just not working for me. Michael says he's here. That's good. Good to see him, Michael. I definitely need to do this with a better webcam if I'm ever going to do this. Tersh is here, masquerading as Icebound. Brian Chadwick. G. Anderson. I don't know what G stands for. Maybe it's God. Brent Ridley is here. Michael Glasser. Awaiting further instruction. My fearless leader. Not quite fearless. By the way, have you seen the latest video that I put up, the speed clean video? I don't know what I'm wearing. Like, why am I wearing that green shirt under the sweater thing? Like, what's going on there? It's messed up. John, Alex, Gavin says, I know this guy. My children are not allowed to be in this chat. Michael Hausch says that he watched the video and my sweater looked tight. When you say tight, there's two different meanings that you could mean. You could mean it looked tight as in it looked tight, like good, like that was tight, bro. But my sense is that you don't mean that. I think you mean my ample man breasts were showing. I hate to say that, but I think that's what we meant. Yeah. Chris says that you drink a lot, Michael. Is that true? I trust Chris. He seems like a smart guy. Actually, I forgot to bring anything in here with me. Anyway, so I've got an announcement to make, and I'm making it on YouTube because YouTube is where it stands to come up. Let's. Oh no, okay, that didn't work. I almost tried to increase my volume there. Anyway, this is where it stands to come up. And again, forgive me. I've never gone live on YouTube before, so it's like, is this real life? Where am I? Hey, Jason Hines is here. Man, Jason Hines. I need to have Jason on the podcast sometime. That'll be an interesting story. We're gonna do that, Jason. Nicholas says he likes how I have multiple cameramen. Hey, that's how we roll in the up in Kalos, bruh. Multiple cameramans. All right. So here's the announcement. The announcement is that I'm not putting podcasts on YouTube anymore. I know. I get a reasonable amount of views. I'm getting to that, John. John asked why we were here tonight. Okay, yes, it was a clickbait. I think that's what the kids call it today, a clickbait title. I am not putting the podcasts on YouTube anymore. I'm still creating the podcasts, and I'm going to talk about where you can find the podcasts, because you do not need to be listening to podcasts on YouTube. I mean, what is wrong with you people? You don't need to listen to podcasts on YouTube. YouTube is for watching videos, and we put out plenty of videos. Listen to podcasts in a podcast app. And the reason why I'm doing this is that I was just texting with Andrew Greaves. Let's see here. Let's see if I can pull up. He's making fun of my thing here. I'm going to read what he said. I'm going to read what he said verbatim. It says right here, and this is it. This is Greaves. Let's see if you can see this. No, you can't see that. This is terrible. This makes for a terrible video. Anyway, I'll read it to you. I get that everyone's trying to net listeners across as many platforms as possible, but I truly believe that everybody posting podcasts on YouTube are making mistakes doing so. Now, he's talking to me, so he's not throwing anybody else on the bus. He's throwing me under the bus because I do this more than anybody. Who makes more podcasts and puts them on YouTube? New viewers that click on your channel will just see a wall of bland title photos and think, thumbs down, lame town. And I think he's right. We need to Podcasts need to stay in their home, and the home for a podcast is the podcast app. I'm gonna speak in my wife's family's accent, which is oh, that was really bad. Let's try that again. Which is Wisconsin, near Sheboygan. No, that sounded like Bostonian. I'm not gonna do any more accents. But anyway, the way to listen to a podcast is on the podcast app, and there's a couple ways you can do this. So like you see here, let's see if you can actually see this logo on my phone. I know this is going to be kind of insulting here, but you see that app there that looks like a purple radio tower? It's right there. It's right there. Glare's bad. Right there. Looks like a purple radio tower. That's how you listen to it on an iPhone. If you listen to it on an Android device, you can listen via any Stitcher, the Google Play app. But for HVAC School especially, you can listen on the HVAC School app. So you literally go to any app store, type in HVAC School, and you can listen there. It's pretty easy. So we're not putting them on the YouTube channel anymore. I'm sorry. Let's see what other comments we've got here. So we can kind of turn this. We can just have fun with this. We can just do a little chat here. Brandon says, if that's your wife, how did you pull that off? Easy. When we start getting into wife talk, that gets it can get hairy quick. But the answer is that we were very young, and she didn't know any better. So she didn't know that it was going to end up, my hair was going to end up like this, and I was going to end up being a white, chubby dad joker. And now she's stuck because we're Christians and she won't divorce me. So it's handy, it comes in really handy at times. Alexander's Refrigeration says, I got the app, not bad. So you can listen to the app. The one thing some people get stuck on the app here, I'm gonna just show you the HVAC School app real quick. We got some updates coming real soon. I'm not gonna tell you what they are. But the one thing people sometimes get stuck on the app is this app. This is the HVAC School app here. You got to swipe right and left quite a bit to change menus. So if you want to go to podcasts, you just click podcasts. But then, see, it's not moving. It's just on podcasts. So then you swipe to the left, and now all the podcasts show up. See? You just pick the one you want to listen to and you hit the play button. Nice and simple. I'm going to add commenting to this soon. That's one thing I can reveal to you. So you can comment on different parts of the podcast and ask questions and that sort of thing. James says that he enjoys listening to the podcast while he relieves himself. That's gross. Let's see here. Mike Locust said, Kim said the same thing. I can see that. Let's see here. It took me a good minute to figure that out. That's probably the swipe thing. So that isn't the most obvious thing in the app. It's the swiping right and left. But once you get the hang of it, the app is quite simple. It's also got some nice calculators in there. All the tech tips are in there. James says he loves me. It's a bit much, James. But hey, if you guys haven't listened to the podcast on pneumatic controls with Jim Loring, you should go back and listen to that. Do you know what it's like working in the snow with HVAC? That's a good question, Lewis. And the answer is absolutely friggin' not. It does not snow in Florida. So I'm looking at the weather, and I confess I am feeling a little sorry. I do have the ability to feel, and I do feel sorry for those of you who work in it, but mostly I'm thankful and thankful that I don't have to work in it. So there you go. We do work in some pretty hot summers though. So I think we make up for it there. Although I working in like negative temperatures, I can't even imagine because I go out of state and I feel like I'm going to die just walking outside. So Nathan says, can I comment on the podcast apps? Wait, is this Nathan? Is this the Nathan? Nathan, you're the guy at AHR who's chasing me all over the place? Is that you? Is that who I'm talking about? Is that who we're talking to right here? That Nathan? Yeah, and Nathan, you can comment on anything you want to comment. Nathan is one of the most entertaining human beings I've ever met. Good to see you, buddy. So you have duckboard. I'll take the cold if you keep that bleep. I get it. Duckboard is not pleasant, but you don't get cut by duckboard. There's that. It is itchy. We are trying to go away from duckboard and flex as much as possible moving forward, but it's still the industry standard in Florida. Let's see here. See if I'm missing any other comments. So one thing. So I was watching the live stream with Zach and Andrew last night. I'm not generally a big live streamer on YouTube, but that was very entertaining. And I thought, maybe we should do more of that here every once in a while. James says, can I subscribe on the podcast app? James, if you have the podcast app, the HVAC School app, you don't need to subscribe. Every new episode shows up in that app every time it comes out. If you have an iPhone, then subscribe in the podcast app on the iPhone. Literally in any app, podcast app that exists, if you type in HVAC, you will find the HVAC School podcast. I'm not going to say first because that'd be egotistical, but you'll find it very high up on the list. Hey, I was first. Okay. I was first. Let's see here. James says, I like your mustache. Oh, something to point out. Okay. Hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about Bert Life. Actually, that's one thing. I'm going to do some live streams with Bert at some point. So what do you guys think of Bert Life? If you've watched those videos, like them, don't like them, not serious enough, funny, I should fire him. What do you think? I think it's hilarious. I will point out that some people think that I told him he had to shave his facial hair, and that's ridiculous. I did not tell him that. Have you seen my facial hair? It's terrible. But yet I still try to grow it because it's better than the other option, which is showing how fat my face is. It does slightly decrease the fatness appearance of my face. So I did not tell Bert he had to shave his facial hair. Those texts are a lie. Ismail says, fire him. Dude's hilarious. I like them. Bert is great. Bert's a keeper, well produced. Who did the editing? Bert. Okay, yeah. So questions about editing, because this is actually something. So we have a significant number of contributors now. People who are, you'll notice the channel is not always me now. A couple things. I'm going to get into the field more and make more field videos. Field videos are better. They just are. A combination of field videos and then the kind of the training classroom videos. I'm going to do more of those, but we are going to have more contributors, and we have several different editors. Bert and Sam are two guys who work at Kalos who have been producing the most videos, and they do a lot of their own editing. But then we also use a kid named Austin, who's actually Mike Clocus's son. If you see Mike here in the group, he's very talented. Young man, and he's been doing some video editing for us. So that's that. So I'm gonna quick because HVACR videos, which is Chris Stevens, has asked. I'm late. What did I miss? The answer is that I'm giving this all up. Chris, giving it all up. By that I mean I'm giving up posting podcasts on YouTube. Andrew encouraged me. I knew I was doing the wrong thing all along by posting them on YouTube. I've got some people addicted to it, so they're going to go looking. And when they go looking and they start griping, you need to remind them the way to listen to the podcast is in a podcast app or the HVAC School app. Or you can go to the website, hvacrschool.com, and you can listen right there on the homepage. There's all the podcasts right there on the homepage. We make it nice and easy. But we're not going to fill up our YouTube channel with audio, because it makes people mad, I've been told. But I can understand it. I wouldn't want to go to a YouTube channel, expect to see a video, hit play, and have it just play sounds in my head, in my ear holes. Okay, let's see here. Where the heck are your 30 children, and how is your house so quiet? So this is my office. We've lived in the house 2 years, and I still haven't set up my office properly at home. I do most of my podcasting at work. My kids are all in the living room. And they're screaming and driving my wife crazy. That's what she does. Let's see here. John Denmark says Islam. I think John Denmark is one of these like spammer types. Let's see if I can know how to do this. Let's see here. Hide user on this channel. That was fun. Okay. First time I've gotten to do that in a live chat. Gavin says he can run in. Oh, yeah, come on in, Gavin, if you want to come in and be in front of everybody and have everybody see you. That would be very narcissistic. Let's see. Oh, now you're being encouraged. That's good. This is what we've come to. This is what we've come to. Let's see. Corey says the videos in the field are amazing. We need lots of that. Yeah, and that's just it. The videos in the field are always better. A lot of times they're more niche, and so you need to make more of them. Chris is the king of this, HVACR videos. Chris says, can you please clarify to your viewers that I and you are not the same? I mean, we're both white guys with not very much hair. So there's that similarity. There's a lot of things about Chris that I would like to be like. I would like to do more refrigeration. That seems fun. He's probably a nicer guy than me, seems to be. but we are not the same person. Chris has an excellent channel, HVACR videos. Go check it out, boys and girls. Let's see here. James Hill says, first time I've caught you live. Rock on, Brian. James Hill, recently tech of ours who did the TXV videos, has the best voice in Kalos. So if you want to hear a really good voice, listen to James. Need to get him on the podcast just so I can hear those pipes. Great video, James. Thank you for that. Let's see here. Does Kalos hire out students out of school? Kevin asked that. Yeah, we do. Generally speaking, though, I don't prioritize. I don't want to criticize schools. Oh, hey, look, there's more of this spam stuff. All right, hide user on this channel. I don't prioritize school. I prioritize people who come in with the right mindset. So if you've been to school, great. That shows commitment to the trade. I'm sure you learned something there. Most of the schools in our area are really bad. And so in a lot of cases, people come in expecting that the school means something, and often I have to reteach them everything that they learned anyway. Danny says, hello from Palm Beach County. Looking forward. Good to see you, Danny. Let's see here. Ryan says some nice things about me. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. So in hiring, actually, that's one thing that I spent a lot of time working on today. I'm going to be coming up with a quiz and a basic 2-hour course. So I'm going to throw this idea out there to you. I think you'll like this. Whenever people apply from now on, I haven't done it yet, but this is the plan. I'm going to make like a 2-hour course that has a bunch of videos and some quizzes at the end that anybody who applies has to do before they even apply with us. And then that way, when I give them our tests and quizzes, they'll be prepped. And so if they are a person who wants to apply themselves and wants to learn the trade, then they'll have the answers just by doing the legwork. And regardless if they've been doing it 30 years, if they don't follow up on the little mini course before they interview, then they're probably not going to get hired. Because to me, the number one indicator of success in our business is interest in self-development. And so a lot of people, if I say, hey, if you'd like to interview here, here's a 2-hour course to take, a lot of their response is going to be, I ain't going to take no 2-hour course if you're not even going to hire me. How do I know you're going to hire me? And that's an obvious attitude problem because, of course, anybody should want to better themselves. 2 hours to better yourself. That's not a big deal. Free, but there will be some who will say that it's not worth it. And I think that'll be an interesting way to deter those who actually aren't serious about the trade, which is what Icebound is saying. Tersh. Let's see here. Jose, nice meeting you as well at Solderweld at AHR. Very, very nice meeting you. I got to meet a lot of people. I learned something, though, and I don't remember who it was. So if it's one of you here, forgive me. I'm naturally a very sarcastic person, and I can only handle so much sincerity in person. And I had quite a few people coming up and saying nice things, which I appreciate. And one guy came up and finally he just said, "Oh, I really appreciate your podcast," so on and so forth. And I said, "Man, don't tell me that. I hate that. Don't tell me that." I was joking, of course, but obviously my sarcasm didn't come across, so like really offended the guy. And then I had to like talk him out of it. Like, no, dude, I was just kidding. So anyway, if you walk up to me and I'm sarcastic, that means that I like you. Let's see here. Hello from Fort Lauderdale. Yep. Do they have to draw a psychometric chart? No. And again, like I want people to learn the basics, basic refrigerant circuit, basic electrical concepts, thermodynamics. Those are sort of the core things with maybe some installation best practices, pipe fitting best practices, those sorts of things thrown in. That's sort of the basis. I'm a big believer that you want to learn some things that you can apply before you spend a lot of time learning deep theory, because the deep theory doesn't tend to stick for anybody other than really academic people. You can learn the deeper theory once you've had a chance to apply it and you see why it matters. I mean, as an example, psychometrics makes a lot more sense once you've already had an experience with a humidity problem, say, and then you start to really, okay, now I understand how this impacts the field. So that's generally my concept there. We use the Kalos job posting as a template for our company job posting. Yep, no problem at all. I'm happy that you did. That's the sort of thing that I encourage, and we're going to be giving away more of that type of content moving forward. I haven't spent the time to put a lot of the Kalos stuff out there, and frankly, it's because I'm still working on a lot of it. I mean, We've developed it over years. We're a functioning company, so it's not like I set out and have everything perfect before we launched. A couple other things to mention. I haven't done a live stream in a while, so I'm just taking this as an advantage to dump some things that I'm working on. Haiti. A lot of people have asked me about Haiti. I was actually just talking to my contact down there. I'm going to be posting some opportunities to be involved with that, possibly even going down with the team or with myself or some other people to do some training there for some of you who are really interested in that. I mean, it's a commitment. Going to Haiti is a it's a challenge. So that's something that's coming up. And then also, what else was I going to mention? Got some books I'm working on. I actually have a business book that I've had written essentially for a long time, and my goal is to get that out there to where you can get it within the next few months. It's called what is it called actually? A Small Business Manifesto. I've gone through a couple different working titles. Small Business Manifesto is my current working title, which is basically a list of all the different things that I've learned through the struggles in business, and I'm still working through, certainly. Let's see here. Tersh said, "Is that the one I have?" Yeah. So I sent that to you a while ago, Tersh, to look at, and yeah, I think I'm finally gonna go ahead and get that thing complete. Austin Klukas is here. He's one of the ones who has edited a lot of the videos. I know Austin will like to hear his voice here in front of people. Kids like to be celebrities. That Austin, he is a great kid, even though he's really, really hassled me about BattleBots the last couple of days, because and I actually can't go into that, but there's some things with BattleBots coming up, possibly. Let's see here. What else? I think that's it. I think we've got it. I think we got it hammered down. So we're going to do a lot of good podcasts coming up. I have a lot of ideas for new types of podcasts. Really, we've got a nice full bucket of podcasts. Videos, you're going to see more and more from new contributors from the field. A lot of them are going to be shorter, but I think it's exciting to get people who work in different parts of the country producing videos. Tech tips, you're going to see more tech tips from other people. You'll notice we've been a little more consistent recently. It's because I'm getting more people writing, which I think is pretty cool. A big part of what we do at HVAC School is not just me teaching. It's getting people involved in teaching, getting people involved in growing the industry, building the industry, filling the skills gap. I know a lot of you have already been participants. Out of the ones who are on here, a lot of you have already participated in one way or another. So I'm excited to see you continue to do that. Yeah, exciting things happening. This was fun doing this. I think I need to learn about this live streaming thing, but I want to do one with Bert, and maybe some of you other Kalos guys might be fun to bring you on camera at some point. Let's see if there's an easy way to do that. I don't think there is. I want to check this out though. Put user in timeout, add moderator, hide user on channel. Yeah, I don't know how this all works. I know there's a way to add other people to the video, but I don't know how to do that right now. So, all right. So that's that. Thank you for watching. It's flattering that 100+ of you decided to come watch me ramble on. But the news, just to finish it off for anybody who missed it, the news is I'm not putting podcasts on YouTube anymore. Podcasts are audio, and they are going on audio apps only. So subscribe there. If you have not yet liked this channel, if you have not yet liked the True Tech channel, if you haven't turned on notifications, the little bell on this channel, please do. We are looking to grow the YouTube side, doing more videos. You will notice we are doing more. Hopefully they're getting better. I'm always open to your feedback. If you enjoy Bert Life, there's a lot more of those coming. Austin is editing a lot of the Bert Life videos, so you're going to get some pretty funny stuff coming on, along with good training as well. So if you haven't seen the new True Tech Tools video, go over and watch that. That's Bert using the new field piece probes to set superheat, which is a topic you've heard before, but Bert's pretty funny. You'll enjoy watching that. So thank you all. Appreciate you. Have a nice evening.